Leah here, and it's that time of year again. I'm going to be showing you 3 braided hairstyles for fall. Guys, I cannot believe that this is the 3rd year of my channel, 4th time of me doing this. This has been just like such a fun series where I can just pull out all the braided hairstyles that I've been loving to wear, because you know that I love braids. And it's also just kind of a cool time each year to remember just how long my channel's been going. 3 years. It's kind of crazy. So much has happened, but it seems like it was yesterday when I started. So today I'm going to be showing you just 3 braided hairstyles, super chill and fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do hairstyles that I do on an everyday basis that are pretty easy but still cute. So without further ado, let's just dive in. Okay, so for hairstyle number 1, this one is super easy. In fact, pretty much all the hairstyles in this video, like I said, are going to be super easy. Not a lot of French or Dutch braiding this year, surprisingly. But for the first hairstyle, you're going to start with a section, just kind of like a small section right here with a middle part. And you're just going to split that into 3 and braid it all the way down. You want to make sure that this looks good, so it's just going straight down from your part, so when you just kind of let it sit there, it just lays flat. Okay, so once I've gotten to like, I don't know, 2 inches left, I'm gonna stop and tease the bottom with a brush or a comb so it will stay in place. And because I don't like how like perfect this is, I want to just kind of like go in and just distress it a bit. So as you can see, it just kind of like messed it up. So now like it just kind of looks more like normal. And then if it kind of undid some of the teasing, you can go back and tease it a bit more. And that is the first side, and you just do the same thing on the other side. And if you're worried about the teasing not staying in, you can just secure it with an elastic at the end, and it would work just as well. I just like the teasing because it's like very seamless and natural, which is really cool. And there you go, that is hairstyle number 1. I love this one for like back to school, for fall, all the vibes. Like imagine this with like a cute sweater. It's just kind of like a vibey look, I don't know, or like I'm kind of wearing it with this more like baggy shirt, a little more like casual. So this kind of works for a lot of things. I think it's super cool. I'm just rocking my natural texture today, slightly like more straight hair, but I would love this for like curls or natural curls. It would just be so cute. Also, just had to mention it, like you can wear it like this. One side's tucked behind the ear, other side's out. Pretty cute as well. Okay, so for hairstyle number 2, we're going to be doing a really cute braided one. Obviously, I don't know why I said braided. We're going to do a ponytail for this one. So what I want you to do is start by kind of going from like your eyebrows and just collecting like a nice chunk of hair from on top of your head. You really just want to pick up like half your hair, about half your hair, maybe a little less. And you're going to split it into 3 and do a regular braid all the way down. Now this is where you can get fancy and do like a fishtail braid, a rope braid, 4-strand, you know. You can have fun with it here, but because this is for like fall, back to school, I figured like let's just keep it simple. And that way if any of you don't know how to braid and do all those fancy ones, you can just do this and it's easy. Alright, so once I've gotten to the nape of my neck, I'm going to stop and fluff out this braid. So I'm just taking a link, just pulling from the outside, pulling inside, outside, and just kind of like fanning it out. And then collect all the hair at the nape of your neck and secure it with an elastic. Okay, and then I'm going to take a topsy tail tool and I'm just going to wrap some hair around the elastic. So either you can do this with a bobby pin, however I found it just easier to use a topsy tail tool. So if you haven't used this before, you stick it into your ponytail going upward. I like to do it at the back so you can't see it in the end. Pull it in there till the hole is out. And then you're just going to take a piece of hair that's long enough to wrap around your ponytail, wrap it around a few times, and then just pull it through the topsy tail tool and out. And you are done. And then the final step I like to do for this, a lot of times in the front it doesn't look the best. So you can kind of play with this, pull out some pieces just till it looks good to you. Or you can leave it plain. Like, I think it depends on your face shape, and also for me, like, what I'm feeling that day. Do I feel like I want something extra? Do something extra. If not, that's fine. But yeah, that's it for this hairstyle. This one is super easy, and like you can take out like the wrapping your hair around, like forget about that, or if you want to add like a scrunchie, there's a lot of ways to change this up. Or like I said, changing it up with like a fishtail braid. And the nice thing is that you don't actually have to do the braid for like that long. So if you're doing a fishtail braid and you don't like braiding for a fishtail braid for like all your hair, you just have to do it for like 3 inches and then you're done. But yeah, this one's definitely a great go-to if you just want something like thrown in your hair is a mess, you just need to pull it back. It's kind of cute and unique. Plus, this one works with a hat, by the way, so if you want to pop on a baseball hat, bucket hat, it will work. Okay, so for the final hairstyle, I wanted to do a French braid or a Dutch braid. I think I'm going to do a Dutch braid. But this is something, if you don't know how to Dutch braid, you can take the braid out of it and it will still be a really cute hairstyle. But I would really encourage you guys to learn how to French and Dutch braid. It's something that once you learn how to do it, it's so easy and you can do a ton of hairstyles with the base of a French or a Dutch braid. So I will leave a link in the description below about how to do like a bunch of the basic braids that you see everywhere. Fishtail, Dutch, French, rope braid I think is in there, and they're just really good tools if you don't know how to do those braids. I really encourage you to learn them. They're great, especially for like back to school when you need something cute and quick that's going to stay in your hair all day. But I'm just going to show you the hairstyle for now. So you can section this, like a section off where you're going to braid. I know a lot of people like to do that, especially if you're not as comfortable like braiding and figuring out where to pick up. However, I don't like sectioning, so I'm not going to do it. Also, when you don't section, it just kind of has like a more like natural vibe to it. So I'm going to pick up a very small section at the top, like pretty thin, like you can pretty much see through this. And then you're going to split it into 3. Now either you can do a French or a Dutch braid. I'm going to go for a Dutch braid. The difference is with a Dutch braid you're braiding under the middle section. And then as you go, just pick up really small sections for either braid you're doing, to make sure that the braid is nice and just like small and detailed, because it's just going to be like for a few inches on top of your head, so you want to make sure it has just a little chance to shine. As you can see, I'm just going through, kind of going from this like mohawk section on top of my head, picking up like a pretty small section, braiding it in. Other side, small section, braiding it in. Okay, so I've gotten to pretty much the top of my head. I like to braid a few inches normally, that way the braid doesn't unravel, because sometimes it can do that and it's very annoying. And then I'm like just going to take a little bit more hair behind the braid so I have a little more fullness for the bun, and securing it with an elastic right where the Dutch braid ended. So it should be nice high on your head, and we're going to do a little cute top knot. Now if you don't want the bun, you can just leave it here, add a scrunchie or not, it's really cute. Or we can do the bun, which I like to do. Also, a quick note, you can pull this apart, which I'm just going to do a little bit. Just fluff out the braid. You don't have to do this, but it does add just a little bit of, like, you can see the braid adds a little more volume. Also, I like pulling it apart when the braid got messed up. If your braid doesn't look quite right, just fluff it out a bit and like no one will ever notice. So now, grab a brush, or just make whatever bun you want. Some people just have like the perfect messy bun method. If you do your favorite messy bun. For me, my favorite, which you kind of already know, I'm just going to back comb the ponytail just till it's like netted together. Not necessarily to make it like super fluffy, but just so that it's kind of netted together, so that way when you wrap it into the bun, it's not going to have like a ton of flyaways. Also, if you have thin hair, this does help to like fluff it up. So that is a bonus if you want like more volume in your bun. Alright, then we're just going to wrap this into a bun. So I just like to twist it a few times and wrap. And then once you're done with your bun, you can always like pull on it. I always do this and just kind of like make it the shape that you want it to be. If there's any weird pieces that are sticking out that don't quite look right, just pin them down. And that is it for the hairstyle. This one, it's just a classic. Half up bun, half up top knot is always super cute because I feel like it's slightly, like, it looks a little bit better than just a full-on top knot because you kind of look like you do care about your hair. And then adding the braid just makes it that much more fun. Also, adding the braid helps to disguise greasy roots. So if you got a little bit of grease that day and you want to disguise it, adding that braid, it just kind of like distracts from your roots. So all you see is just the braid. And a fun way to spice this up would be to like add a scrunchie or add a scarf, maybe a little clip right here, or just leave it be. Either way, it's a really cute one, definitely a classic.
Cause you said I'm not around when you want big rush every time we start, yeah. Cause you said you love me now.
Alrighty guys, that is it for my 4th annual 3 braided hairstyles for fall / back to school video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm just so grateful for all of you who have subscribed and watched my videos over these past 3 years. It has been such an encouragement and just so exciting to me. Excited to see what the future holds for the next 3 years of my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit a big thumbs up. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments below if you're going to be wearing any of these and like which one was your favorite. But yeah guys, that is it for today's video. I'll see you next Friday for another awesome video.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time I need my call.